I was reading your book, looking at your highlight tapes, and from the outside looking in, it seems like you had everything. So compared to now, how do you maintain a positive perspective?
Oh, wow, how can I not? I'm so thankful. I was in the dark for 47 years. That book, Wrestling with the Devil, I was in the dark. He doesn't want us to find the light switch. So I live in just a life of thankfulness and gratitude now. So that's the big difference. I have that peace that surpasses all understanding. I used to hear that, but I never understood it till the Holy Spirit's in us. And so, yeah, it's like night and day. That's my journey of 47 years prior to my salvation. And then what the difference the God made in my life supernaturally since then, on April 23rd of 06.
Do you ever look back and say, God, why me? Why did this happen to me?
I don't, because God, once again, going back to that piece, He uses even the most tragic things of our past and our past experiences to minister to others, to share with others, to help others avoid maybe some mistakes you made. So God gives you forgiveness. You forgive yourself. That was tougher for me.
The big drug that everybody wants is fame. What do you say to people who say, you know, I want to be famous?
Fame in itself is an empty chase.
Empty chase.
When I read Ecclesiastes, especially chapter 4, the first time in my life, I cried. I wept. Because he talks about toiling in vain after vanity and things in this world. Solomon was the all-time richest, wealthiest, most famous, wisest man on the earth. He said chasing after fame and fortune, those things he did, he made a study of it. And Ecclesiastes goes, it's like trying to grasp the wind. And I find, no matter how famous you are, there's always somebody more famous.
Right.
What an empty chase. And when I was out with some of the biggest, rolling with them, it looked like from a worldly viewpoint, which I tell in my story, I was hanging on movie stars and TV stars, and it was the same thing for all of them. I used to go to Malibu. I was thinking of becoming a movie star instead of just a wrestler. Talking about chasing fame. Right. And example of this was the realtor showed me these fancy places in Malibu. Well, if you want to be a movie star, you got to live in Malibu.
Right.
You know, and I was asking, what are people who aren't movie stars? What do they do here in Malibu? And they go, oh, that's an easy question. I go, what's the main industry? Drug rehab centers.
Okay.
The message there is, here's the richest, famous, prettiest people on the planet, all these movie stars, and the number one industry there that supports the community they live in are drug rehab centers. That tells you the answer isn't in fame. What else does? Wow.
So that's basically saying that fame is really this hollow thing, and really it's not all that it's cracked up to be.
Empty chase.
Well, final thought is this. At the end of the day, what do you want your legacy to be?
What the Bible tells me, to be obedient, stay in the center of God's will, and then we're to love our neighbors, meaning to serve others. So I want to use whatever talents, abilities, or gifts God's given me now, not for myself, but to serve others. And then the Great Commission. So how can you have the greatest news there ever was and not share it with others? So those are the three things I try to focus on.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking time.
Appreciate it, Caleb.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
That was Lex Luger. Now, for more interviews like this one, all you have to do is log on to cbn.com/inthegreenroom. I'm Caleb Kinchlow, and remember, after the lights, camera, and action, log on to In the Green Room.